Hi there guys, it's LivyBoy2603 here and welcome to the second episode of my Scottish Premiership Roundup. Well, there's been some very interesting results this weekend, some results I don't really want to talk about but I guess I'm going to need to. But no, obviously there's one less game this weekend because the Aberdeen St Johnstone game was postponed. Now, obviously I do wish the players that have the coronavirus that they do a quick recovery and hope they're going to be okay, but at the end of the day, the Aberdeen players that went out, they've put their peers and their families at danger, and also they're not setting a good example by disobeying the lockdown rules in Aberdeen, so a bit of a shame on them, and it also gives a bad light in Scottish football. But there was some positive stories depending what team you supported this weekend, so let's get into their results. So Billy Mackay's second half strike seen Ross County take 3 points away to Hamilton Academical, and I need to say fair play to Ross County. Many will know I predicted them to get relegated this season, and they've got 2 wins from 2, so fair play to them. They're getting the results when they need to, grinding them out. Now, Hamilton, they'll be disappointed with that result because they did look really good against Celtic, so they'll be disappointed that they couldn't beat County. But, fair play to County, a huge 3 points for them, and it could prove vital come the end of the season. Now, being a Livingston fan, I feel like I need to be 100% honest here, so I'm going to be honest, and it's because I love Livingston that much is the reason that I'm being brutal here, but that was not good enough today. We were absolutely diabolical in that first half. It was 3-0 Hibs at half time, and in the opening 20 minutes, Livingston were the better team. We shut off and let them get a goal, which was bad, but we just completely lost it after that. And fair play to Hibernian, they did what they had to do, put the ball in the net. Our defence, it was error after error after error. It was horrendous. But what needs to be said, in the second half, we actually looked a lot better in that game. Now, both Hibs and Livingston got a penalty in the second half, but we looked a lot better in the second half, but Hibernian looked really good throughout the game and they deserved the 3 points today, there's no question about it. I am raging at that result. You should never be losing 4-1 if you're in the Scottish Premier League, but to lose 4-1 at your own ground, it's just embarrassing, but hopefully the Lions can pick themselves up for the midweek fixture away to Motherwell. And that's me being optimistic, and it's very hard to be optimistic after a game like that. Reynolds' early second half strike was enough to see the Arabs take 3 points from Fir Park, and very good result for Dundee United. They're the new boys in the Premiership and they're on 4 points after 2 games, a position they'll be happy to be in. Motherwell, they didn't look that good against Ross County on Monday night and they'll be annoyed with that result, having not scored yet again. So I feel going into week 3 of the season, Motherwell and Livingston are probably the 2 teams that have been underperforming, and ironically both of them are playing each other in the next game, so that'll be a very interesting game. But Muller will be raging with that result, but taking nothing away from the Arabs, they deserve the 3 points today with the reading the thing, so fair play to Dundee United. So, a McCarthy in goal and a brace from Alfredo Morelos seen Rangers take a 3-0 victory over St Mirren at Ibrox, and that could be a very important 3 points for Rangers considering what happened at the Kilmarnock Celtic game. But, in all honesty, this is one of the results that neither team are probably surprised by it. With all due respect to St Mirren looked really good, particularly last week against Livingston, but going to Ibrox and Parkhead, if you're a team like St Mirren, St Johnstone, Livingston, Hamilton, you're expected to lose, so it's not the worst result for St Mirren, and I don't think they'll have many sleepless nights thinking about this game. So, I didn't mean to do this, but it's happened 2 weeks in a row. Basically, I'm reading out the scores in the order they happened, but for the second week running, the biggest shock of the weekend happens to be the last game. Kilmarnock drew 1-1 at home to Celtic. A wonder free kick from Ryan Christie was cancelled out by a Chris Burke penalty. I watched that game in Sky Sports, and a draw was a fair result. Kilmarnock done what they had today against Celtic, you know what I mean? They did go forward, but in fact they looked really deadly in the first half, but towards the end of the game, Kilmarnock kind of just sat back and held on for the draw, which you can't blame them for doing. Celtic, last week against Hamilton, they were creating a lot of chances and they were looking really good. Celtic were struggling to create chances a day. Too many times they just spent passing the ball, not really going forward, and I know it's only the second week of the season, but with this season being as tight as it could be, this could prove to be a very costly 2 points dropped for Celtic. So guys, that wraps up another roundup of the Scottish Premiership. Some very interesting results this weekend. Not going to go into the table too much, mainly because I'm a Livingston fan. That's all jokes aside. Not going to go into it because the table doesn't really look real until 9 weeks in. However, if Livingston don't improve, they could well be in the bottom 2 come 9 weeks time, but let's not think about that. But no, as it stands, Hibs are currently top of the league on goal difference because they've scored 6 goals. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. There should be a video in the midweek because there's a full Premiership fixture card providing there's no more COVID scares up at Aberdeen. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.